So let's talk about France.
The French Open. So let's talk a little bit about the old guard. I mean,
Okay.
the two
So
top
Djokovic has not won a tournament all year.
Nope.
He's playing he used to just roll into majors and win them, and now he's playing a 250.
He took a wild card into Geneva, and he lost.
Not great.
He lost in the semis.
But you never doubt this guy. He's
Yep.
still number one in the world. It seems to be fading.
Yeah.
He has won this tournament before. Mm-hmm. I don't think this is probably his worst surface.
Yeah.
Yeah. His worst surface. I still think he has a legitimate shot to win the tournament just because who he is. But he has not had a good season at all. He's got a new coach. Got rid of...
he just changed his whole team practically, right?
Yeah. Not going in a great direction. And then the tournament is all about the Spaniard who has won it 14 times. I think his career is 19 years, and he's won this 14 years.
Yeah, he's got, and
he's been hurt a couple of those years.
Yeah,
and
he's Nadal. I mean, he has also been hurt and not playing that great. He lost. What was it? There was the Sea People in the Italian Open.
Yep.
On his loss.
Well, he played in Madrid. That was his most likely his last tournament in Spain.
Right.
His home country.
And he committed the Laver Cup later this year in September, which I thought, okay, I mean,
and we're thinking a sentimental doubles match with a Roger Federer.
Oh, maybe get Fed out of retirement.
I think so. Something's got to be like that.
That's why those random social media videos are at him
sure
playing.
There's gonna be like a documentary on the whole thing too.
Oh yeah.
The guy is playing at a tournament. There's a statue of him already. He's still an active player. And he's unseeded.
Yeah.
And he plays Zverev,
first round,
who had just won the Italian Open.
Oh wow.
Playing lights out, 70% first serve percentage.
Yeah.
Just crushing the ball.
Zverev's playing well, but the last time these two played in the French Open is when Zverev broke his freaking ankle. Right?
I don't know if that's going to conjure up memories. It was kind of a freak injury.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's fully back and back into that form he was, which is he's won everything but a major.
Yeah, that's true.
He's won a gold medal. He's won he's won a bunch of 1000s.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's been in a final or was that a final again?
I'm not
Maybe
sure.
that was there's going to be some personal stuff going on. He's being accused of domestic abuse, and he's not required to attend, but there is a trial happening during the tournament, and he plays the talk about home court advantage. If there's anyone that's ever had home court advantage in tennis, it's this court and this guy.
The goat of clay.
Yeah. However, he is just hanging on for probably his last run of the next few months ever.
Yep.
Already a legend. People will look back and see this guy's name 14 times. They'll see the statue. Gonna be a huge, huge match and story. Round one. The other story is we just talked about Djokovic not being in form, not winning a tournament, choosing to get in more match play and reps by taking a wild card at 250. Yannick Sinner, who's been the best player in the world the last 3 or 4 months, had some kind of MRI with a hip issue.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a hip in tennis, that's really a cautionary injury.
I think it was back in Monte Carlo was the last time he
Did not
played.
play his home country tournament in Italy. Who knows? He says he's in the tournament. Alcaraz, shoulder injury, says I could not hit a forehand. He has been injured, and he hasn't really won much or played much the last couple months.
No, he hasn't.
So those are the four best players. I would say Djokovic, Sinner, and then we always underestimate Rude, who just wins. Doesn't look that great, and he's quiet, but he wins. He won a tournament today.
He won
in
Geneva,
Switzerland.
and he won Barcelona.
So
recent clay court.
Yeah.
Matt, that's a 500
Right.
Barcelona. And
So it's these other guys. If your coach is City, if your coach, I know it's his dad, but Paul, all these guys, Fritz, this is your time. This is, if there's ever an opportunity to sneak one in, Stan Wawrinka style, get a major. This is it, but we have to see it to believe it, because these guys have been dominating tennis. The younger guys, the last year or 6 months, and Djokovic and Nadal, the last 15 years.
let's talk about the men's draw a little bit.
Okay.
Without going through the whole frippin' thing, because
right.
there's a lot, 128 players, something like that.
Yeah.
So, all right. I mean, my predictions.
So Roland Garros, men's draw.
I think I got Tommy Paul getting into the round. Okay, let's go through Americans.
All right.
I think Tommy Paul can get to the round of 16.
Playing great.
Yeah, he's
Really coming into his own.
Right.
Really a fun player to watch.
Yeah.
Has all the shots, has power, has touch,
He's been doing good.
he seems to be developing that mental toughness. Mm-hmm. But he's going to run into Djokovic in the quarters.
Right. Or round of 16. Oh, yeah. Round of 16, he should run into Joker. I don't, the odds are he won't get past him, but you never know. Fritz.
Has been playing great. Really well on the clay, especially for his style of game. Is not really that clear.
I mean, Fritz, he lost.
His weakness is movement, and your movement has to be one of the strongest things on clay.
I mean, he got to the BMW 2. It's a 250 event. Clay.
Okay.
He lost in the final to Struff. So other than that, he hasn't gotten to another final. I don't know if he got to semis in any of those. Maybe he did. I mean, I kind of have him getting to
Casper Ruud.
He gets to round 16. He should hit Ruud, but I don't think he's getting past him.
No.
I mean, Ruud's already gotten to.
He's a great clay player. He's been in the finals twice this tournament.
The season, 3 times actually. Ruud got to the final and lost to Tsitsipas in Monte Carlo.
Mm-hmm.
He beats Tsitsipas in Barcelona the following tournament, and then he won this Geneva 250, where Djokovic got the wild card into. Yeah. So I think Ruud's playing well, and he's kind of underrated. I feel like.
So Fritz, tough matchup there.
He's not getting.
So we have him going third round and then losing.
Yeah, he loses. I think Fritz again round of 16.
And then the other two players are Korda and
let me see where I had
Tiafoe.
Tiafoe hasn't
Korda's
really been
coming back from injury and hasn't. He looks amazing when you watch him, and you think he should be a top 10 player, but he hasn't been getting the results.
I'm trying to find where I had Korda at. Well, let's talk about Tiafoe first.
Okay, so
if I can find where the heck I put them at.
There he is.
Oh, you see it.
He plays a quali, then potentially
Chapo.
And
then he got Hubie in the third round.
Yeah, so we have him losing the Hubie because Hubie's been playing really well.
Yeah, and I think Korda. Okay, there's Korda. He's got. I feel like he can get to third round, where he would.
And then he plays the Alcaraz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't see him getting past Alcaraz.
All right. So Tommy Paul has the most potential, we feel, and it's Djokovic in the quarters, but could be Djokovic. He has the ability to beat these guys.
Right.
He would have to play his best tennis.
Yeah.
And Djokovic would have to be a little bit off.
Yeah. So I feel like.
But the tournament, we have a lot of question marks. We have the number one player taking wild cards and playing a 250 and not winning it, not winning a tournament all year.
All right.
We have probably the best player in the world with a hip injury, our Italian, who did not play in his home country the last tournament. We have a shoulder injury with Alcaraz, who has not looked great the last couple months. Who knows? These guys have been resting. They save up for this tournament. We have the German who has domestic abuse trial over his head, which does not seem to affect him much.
No, surprisingly enough.
So, who you got?
So it could be from the top half of the draw, anywhere from Zverev, Djokovic, out there, Tommy Paul, Medvedev, or Nadal if he actually gets his past that first round.
I'm taking Zverev. I think it's his time. He's won everything but a major, and then he's gonna play Alcaraz.
Yeah, the bottom half you're looking at most likely Sinner and Alcaraz on a semi, and that'll round out the bottom half of the draw. And
it's exciting. The men's have usually been just Djokovic and who could possibly even give him a good match in the finals. Now it's wide open.
It's wide. It's a lot of variables there.
Yeah.
There could be someone we're not even thinking about.
And the first round's look pretty juicy. We got Wawrinka and Andy Murray. We have the big one of Rafa Nadal versus Zverev. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So the women is wow. This used to be unpredictable. We used to do this podcast. Like, I don't know, 10 can win it now. Iga Świątek is a dominant player, and this is her surface, and she's won the tournament twice, and she is coming off an Italian. She won Barcelona and Italy. I don't know. She looks great, and it seems to be her and Sabalenka above everyone now, and then that Rybakina has been suffering through some health issues. Who knows if it's COVID? They say like virus. She has sicknesses. Oh, really? Yeah, it's not even like physical injuries. It's being sick. She seems to be the only one that can beat Iga, and then but Sabalenka seems to be able to beat her. Iga has, Ostapenko has won this tournament before, and she has.
I don't think Iga. Has Iga never beat Ostapenko?
Yeah, I don't think she's beaten her. Otherwise, she seems to beat everyone. So
Ostapenko is at the.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's 1 versus 2 in the finals.
I know,
right? Wow, I'm going to go Iga Świątek to.
Going with the number one player who's been playing really well and beating number 2 player.
Been playing pretty well. So Madison Keys has been playing well, and Coco, hey, she's 19, 20.
Yeah.
Not serving well, not playing a forehand well, but seems to be in the semis of every tournament she enters.
Yeah. She just runs into Iga or Sabalenka.
Yeah, she can't beat them.
No.
So they seem to be at another level. And Danielle Collins we harped on her earlier. She won the Miami tournament, and she's retiring. Great story, American. She does not take shit. She's just out there, hits the crap out of all. She's just a fun player to watch. She seems to be one level below Iga and Sabalenka. They seem to be able to beat her too, but she seems to be able to beat every other player. So
she's gotten pretty close.
Yeah.
I feel like if anyone else is close to beating those two,
I feel like she's more of a hardcore player than the clay, but she's been doing well on the clay.
She's getting deep in the draws.
Yeah, she was just in the finals of
Strasbourg
is Germany.
And she lost to Madison Keys, like you're saying.
Right.
And
so
straight sets or 3 sets, I'm not sure, but
we have some American players playing well.
Yeah, the Danimal.
But it just seems like there's 2 players in the women's draw that are a step above everyone.
Well, it's wide open on the men's, but the women, there's a few variables. But obviously, the dream scenario would be for Rafa to get past his first round match with Zverev. And I feel like he's got a good run. If he can get past first round and actually beat Zverev, let's say he does that. Let's say Nadal if he does that.
Dream scenario.
He could
his plan there would be Zverev gets nervous.
Yeah.
The crowd is going crazy, and Rafa's moving well. But I don't know. It's like his serve. He can't seem to hold serve easily.
Right. I don't realistically.
That's a dream scenario.
The dream scenario, if he gets past Zverev, he could probably beat Goffin in second round. Greek Spore in a third.
Yep.
I don't know if he could beat Rune in
Yes,
16.
Rune
but
that's his idol. He's
Yeah.
he's so intimidated by him.
Then he could get Medvedev in the quarters. And if he can get past Medvedev, which is possible,
Yeah, it's not a great play.
then he's got Djokovic in the semis,
Oh,
provided Tommy Paul doesn't do an upset.
Yeah.
But there's your dream scenario. I mean, that's a heck of a, wouldn't that be a Final Four? Djokovic and Nadal, and then Sinner and Alcaraz.
If I had to bet my life, I would bet Djokovic, Alcaraz, and Alcaraz wins the tournament. That's what I'm saying.
That's literally old guard versus new guard right there.
Yeah.
You know, the the best of the old guard takes on the best of the new guard. But
well, I think the best of the new guard is probably Sinner right now.
yeah, if he's not hurt, I feel like he's the best player.
Yeah. Supposedly he had an MRI and didn't like. These are all red flags. MRI, hip.
Right. Hasn't played
Yeah.
for a while now.
Yeah. Didn't play at some tournament. So it's wide open for these guys that never won one. Rude, Tommy Paul, Medvedev. I mean, Medvedev has won one, but Tsitsipas, who's a great clay player. Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
It's interesting. We'll see how this goes. Obviously, you said it starts tomorrow, and
Starts tomorrow.
we'll see. I don't even know who's going to carry it, but is it
It's
Paramount?
10 show.
Tennis Show's going to get it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know. I saw something about Paramount Plus. I'm like, great, I got to get
Yeah.
that now. Yeah, so that's like French Open and culmination of all the clay court season. We'll see how that red clay goes.
Yeah.